Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down. April the 1st, 2024, marked 100 years of service by the Royal Canadian Air Force as a distinct military element. The RCAF Centennial is an opportunity to showcase the Air Force personnel and their accomplishments and the Air Force personnel that have participated over the years. They also, through this, demonstrate air and space power and to enhance the reputation of the RCAF and proudly honor its distinguished history and heritage. The RCAF continues to make steady contribution to global peace and those in need in Canada and abroad. The town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury is proud to present this historic Royal Canadian Air Force Centennial Celebration commencing today, June 10th, 2024. We have now just celebrated the raising of the Centennial RCAF flag. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Deputy Mayor of Bradford, West Gwillimbury.
Thank you, Mr. Mobbs. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to kick off today's ceremony with land acknowledgement statement. As visitors on this land, the town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury acknowledges that the land on which we gather today is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, which includes the Ojibwe, Odawa, Potawatomi Nation, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We recognize that the Huron-Wendat, Chippewa, and Haudenosaunee nations have walked on this territory over time. In times of great change, we recognize more than ever the importance of honoring Indigenous history and culture and are committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation, respect, and good health with all nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Thank you to my fellow councillors who have joined us here today, Councillor Dykey, Councillor Scott, Councillor Verkuyt, Councillor DeHay. Mayor Duke extends his regrets as he's unable to join us. He's actually on a flight coming back from a conference. April 1st, 2024 marked 100 years of service for the Royal Canadian Air Force as a distinct military element. In partnership with BWG Public Library and Lieutenant Colonel retired Ferguson Mobbs, the town of BWG is proud and honored to participate in this significant milestone over this week. I invite all of you here today to spread the word and participate in our week-long celebrations. Today through Friday, our gracious event partners, U-Fly Simulator, have staff available next door at the library to show residents their flight simulator. On Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., the library is hosting a film screening of the Royal Canadian Air Cadets. Thursday at 6:30 p.m., the library is hosting a panel discussion on RCAF then and now, and we end our week-long celebration on Friday with a parade at 10:30 a.m., followed by our official ceremony at 1 p.m., which will include a landing from our event partners, the Skyhawks. I think there's a lot of excitement to watch that. I will read now the proclamation. Royal Canadian Air Force Centennial Celebration, June 10th, 2024. Whereas, on April 1st, 1924, the Royal Canadian Air Force was officially formed as the permanent component of Canada's Defence Force, and whereas the motto of the Royal Canadian Air Force is Sic Jur Astra, meaning such is the pathway to the stars, to reflect the dedicated service of Air Force personnel in the defense of this country, at home and abroad. And whereas the Royal Canadian Air Force is requesting the participation of local organizations, municipalities, and regions in honoring their past, present, and future service members at this significant milestone. And whereas the town of Bradford, West Millbury wishes to support the Royal Canadian Air Force in their efforts to commemorate this centennial. Therefore, be it resolved that His Worship, Mayor James Leduc, and members of council proclaim June 10th, 2024 as the Royal Canadian Air Force Centennial Celebration in the town of Bradford, West Millbury. We have some certificates of appreciation we would like to share with a few of our guests in recognition of their support and dedication to Bradford West Millbury, West Millbury's RCAF Centennial Celebration. Mr. Monster, would you come up? Les Ball. Thank you. Randy Rice. Joel Sargent. Thank you. Andrew Sloan. Thank you. And Ian Steigasner. Let's hear it for all of us. Once again, thank you for making the time to come out to such an important event. This is a week-long celebration. There's lots to see and watch and learn, and this is our way of thanking our armed forces, Air Force, and military and our veterans. So thank you, back to you, Mr. Bobby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure of mine to introduce to you a gentleman that I've known for a couple of years now, 4 or 5, and he is the epitome of good taste, honor, dignity, and I mean it, that he's a gentleman on that. And I've worked with this gentleman, as I said, for about 5 years. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the commanding officer of 16 Wing at Canadian Forces Base Order, Colonel Dorian.
okay? Yeah. This is going to be a bit challenging with the wind. I'll try to not lose all my papers as I go along here. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Service and Mods, thank you very much for being here this morning. Elected members of Bradford West Military City Council, thank you very much for being here. Color Party from 441 Wing Euronia out of Gordon, thank you very much for being here. It was fantastic on the flight today, thank you. Veterans and currently serving members of the military, distinguished guests, bon après-midi et merci beaucoup de m'avoir invité aujourd'hui à participer à cette cérémonie dans une communauté clé pour les forces armées canadiennes en Ontario. I'm standing today in front of you representing 16 Wing of the Royal Canadian Air Force, which I command out of Gordon. But I'm also proud to be representing the entire Canadian Armed Forces in a community that has proven to be a great supporter of our troops. Today's flag raising finds itself in the middle of a special week for the RCAF in Bradford, and I thank you, and I thank all of those who persevered in making this happen. This week also sits in the middle of a very special month for the Canadian Armed Forces. We celebrated just last week the 80th anniversary of D-Day, which is an important milestone in our history, and a reminder of the debt that we collectively owe to our veterans who have given so much to secure our values and way of life. But this month also sits squarely in the middle of a very special year for the RCAF. 100 years ago in 1924, the RCAF was stood up out of the Royal Flying Corps, and its first base was not too far from here at Camp Gordon, the current site of CFP Gordon. Au fil des années, les avions ont changé, la taille de la force a changé, le genre d'opération a changé, mais une chose est demeurée constante. Tout au long du premier siècle de l'aviation royale canadienne, la force aérienne dépend de l'entraînement effectué dans cette région, et donc votre soutien de l'ARC est essentiel à notre réussite. Thousands of pilots, navigators, technicians, and other aviators have come to call Gordon and this region their alma mater, and this relationship will continue going forward. As the RCAF modernizes its capabilities by investing in new platforms, such as the F-35 fighters, the P-8 long-range patrol aircraft, the SCAR Guardian remotely piloted aircraft, and continuing to develop its space capabilities, our most important capability, our people, will continue to start their journey of service to their country and own their technical and leadership skills by coming to Gordon and spending time in its surrounding communities. Thank you in advance for continuing to be strong supporters of the RCAF and for assisting us in keeping you strong at home, secured in North America, and safe in an ever-evolving global security environment. Sic et jure ad astra, such is the path to the stars. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for turning out today, and I hope you've enjoyed this very special celebration of the centennial of the Royal Canadian Air Force. In a couple of minutes, we're going to complete the special celebration with singing God Save the King, and after that, you're invited to come over to the library to see the special demonstration showing of artifacts from the RCAF, and also you might be interested in flying the 737-800 simulator. The simulator, you're allowed to crash once. With that, with the color party and parade, please reassemble.
Right.